Welcome in to another episode of the DNVR Rapids Podcast. It's a loser's lounge. It is a sad, woeful loser's lounge. The Rapids fall 4-0 in Atlanta on just a barrage of late goals. I'm your host, Mitchell Carroll, a.k.a. Merchel, a.k.a. Sad Boy. And I'm joined by my compatriot downtown, Duane Brown.
Also Sad Boy. Sad Boys FC today.
This is Sad Boy FC hours, big time. It's just, where do we even start with this one? I mean, the Rapids they're shorthanded. Just a long laundry list of who was out. And just shorthanded at every position too. It was tough to watch. They had no control of the game. Outpassed, out defended, outran, outshot, outscored, out everything. And you can just see the problems piling and mounting up on top of themselves. Duane, your initial gut reaction to this blowout loss for the Rapids?
Terrible. It was bad, man. It was really bad. I don't like that our first half strongest offense was Maxu running all the way from center back to the other team's goal. That's a concern. Yarby, the look on Yarby's face is a concern in the second half. He looked like a man who was truly left on an island and was worn out. I felt bad for Yarby. Maybe that's my biggest thing.
Yeah.
Two things. It's one, I felt awful for Yarby. Like I wanted to give him a hug, and I feel like Ronan is about to go Pompeii and put the entire team on his shoulders and throw them into the other team's net and hope that one of them has the ball with them to score a goal.
Yeah, I agree with you on Yarby. I think Yarby's an interesting one here. He definitely was not his best game, but it also wasn't all his fault. It was maybe half of the goals were on him.
Oh, I don't think anywhere.
He was
near
definitely
half
not
were on him. Maybe one. I don't know.
I mean, the set piece, zero attempt to get to the ball. Watched it in.
Yeah, maybe the set piece.
He got completely shook out of his shoes on the second goal. The other two were a little, it was over by that point, but definitely a tough one from him. Let's just get into the flow of the game. Let's kind of break that down. Lineup. Let's start there.
I know it's a typo on my name, but Max's comment is very funny.
No, he's talking about a Wayne in there.
Oh, I thought he was joking on
For some reason, the USL podcasters from our sister station in PHNX have decided to troll.
I know that's Max, but I thought he was trolling me.
Wow.
This is our buddy down at PHNX, Max.
Last night we had people from across the network going in and defend the Coyotes.
Yeah.
And they just come out and jump in a loser's lounge and start dancing. Interesting.
Incredible.
Interesting.
Where's the love, Max?
Where's the love? Come on. Good Lord. They're not wrong, though. That was brutal. No. 27 shots is disgusting. Disgusting.
About it.
I mean, all right. We're getting in here. This is what we're doing. The Rapids, it seemed over immediately with a Leyva handball in the box. No way around it. There was absolutely zero good out of this. But here we go. Okay. Starting 11. Cabral, Barrios up top. Nobody else there. Didn't love that when I saw it. You obviously love the Cabral Barrios matchup.
I don't have happy words for that experiment today. Not
to
on
the
the
midfield.
Barrios side.
To the midfield, the decimated midfield. Ronan, Priso, Leyva in the midfield. Leyva, third start, second in the MLS. Priso doesn't have many more than that. Ronan doesn't have many more than that either because he's only been here for 12 games. But uninspiring there. Not a lot of possession there. Not a lot of chemistry there. Tough. Backline. Gersbach gets a start. First time in a long time there. Wilson, Max Zulalis. Sam started on the other side. Yarbrough in goal with the captain's band. Out for this game, Acosta, Rubio, Keegan, Bassett, Price, Max, Marcanic, and Galvan. Brutal. Just brutal. Is Dwayne frozen? Oh no, he's just sad.
No, I'm here. I do not disagree. I do not disagree.
Look, I mean, what can you do? And it's funny because I was at practice last week. Everyone was looking fantastic. Everyone was looking healthy. It just felt good. I literally tweeted, this team looks as healthy as I've seen them. Because there's only one person working off to the side. Everyone was participating. Everyone was playing. And then you look at this a week later, and there's nobody there. That's the entire team. And maybe your rotating squad, you have 2 derbies in a row. You have Derby Saturday. You have Derby on Wednesday. And maybe it's a little bit of that. I understand they never like to bring guys back on turf. That's why Price wasn't available in the Seattle game. Especially with a bunch of hamstring injuries and all that stuff. It's tough. I don't know. I don't want to go through the whole game. That sucks. I'm just bummed out. I don't want to go by call.
They get the 10th minute. We all watched it.
You're right. They get the 10-minute penalty, which was one of the worst penalties I've ever seen. Ever. Maybe not ever, but it was not good. It was nowhere close. Yeah. But then by the 30 whatever minute, that Almada free kick, dude, was just.
It was awesome.
You had the wall set up. You had everyone in your place, and then Yarby just does nothing. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do.
No, there's nothing he could do about it.
You could stand and watch, and that's what he had to do.
He was on the other side of the goal from where it went. It was a punishing shot.
And you knew, because it wasn't like that was their first chance. Obviously, they already had a penalty. They were aggressive. They were the aggressors all night long. They had more accurate passes completed in the attacking third at half than the Rapids had total. It was, the fact that it was 1-0. I think I wrote the Rapids should be down a dozen and are only down 1 at half. But that is what it felt like. It might as well have been a dozen.
For sure. We could have. I thought we got lucky in the first that we went into halftime only down 1-0 was maybe the luckiest result of the season so far. I thought it could have easily been 4 or 5-0 at that point. So I mean, that's it. You go into halftime down 1-0, and you have to wonder. Cody had mentioned it in the comments, what is Fraser's message to the squad at halftime? And then we saw they came out late too, so you wonder what that was about, if there were extra words or whatever. I don't know. Whatever the words are, they did not work.
No, it did not. Not at all. None of it worked, obviously. what is Frazier saying? I mean, thanks for trying or something. I don't know. I don't know how you can be mad when you look at the injury list and and like where the team is. It's just,
yeah. I mean, the injury list is part of it,
it's
and it's
all
like I
okay.
don't.
Come on. Do you want me to read the list again?
I've looked at the list, but we also have starters who are playing, and these are also professional MLS soccer players. Like, and it's not that they
Are they?
it's not that they
No, they
suck.
are.
It's just that you there was no urgency in a lot of out of a lot of the players, and I mean, even the announcers mentioned it with Cabral, who just seemed to be hanging out with the center backs, and not really moving to pull them away or create himself into a target, to pass to. And you see, I know I'm jumping ahead here, but then the difference is you see the substitution made when Lewis comes in, and you see energy, and you see someone who is coming in, albeit with fresh legs, but he's coming in and he's making moves on the goal. Barrios had been in for the whole damn game, and he's still running. And so is Sam. And then you've got Lewis pushing up. You've got Ronan running up to take shots and challenge the goalie by himself. And it's just like, you can't wait till the last 15 minutes for that. So it's like, I'm not going to say the injuries are what did us in, because there are clearly players who were putting forth some effort, but there were a lot of players who just seemed not with it. And I don't know if it's the Max thing, if there's sadness from that we mentioned earlier, or what. Like, I mean, there's a lot of games going on with the Open Cup and success there. I don't know if there's fatigue going on, or maybe just some sadness with all the injuries. I don't know. Like, I'm not an MLS coach. I don't pretend to be that smart at soccer. And I don't know what's going on in the locker room or in the practice. So I don't know what's going on. But there was some real lethargic play, and again, not everybody.
I mean, it
Some
wasn't
people
just
were really
lethargic
laying
play.
it
I
out.
mean, I think it's just like, look,
so many turnovers.
Everything needs to be through Ronan. And like, you can't have him play Price's role and Max's role and Rubio's role. And
Yeah.
meanwhile, you don't have Keegan on your back line. You don't have, I mean, it's there's no passing networks ingrained in them. They don't know where to go with it. They couldn't play out of the back with like 8 guys back there. I mean, it was 100% the depth who was out there. It was tough. It was real tough.
Yeah.
Look, did I expect to win here? No, I predicted a loss. So I don't know why I feel so like disappointed, because for sure I did not think they were going to win this one. It's tough. But then again, I thought there was some decent things, and those were just individual moments. I thought Levis passing, I thought he had some of his best like through passes, kind of like get some offense going passes. That one he put into the corner for Lewis, who had the nice touch and was able to get into the box. Man, okay, maybe that's it. No. I have another one. It was it wasn't
It's
his
hard,
debut,
man. It's hard.
but it was the most minutes he's seen. Moise Bombito comes in and looks great. I thought he looked great for being a young deer learning to walk, basically, in terms of his MLS experience.
For sure.
You have a speedster and Etienne on the outside, who granted is a pretty one-footed player, but knows how to run off of defenders, and Bombito watched him a couple times, but just insane recovery speed. You saw him coming back off of set pieces and making back. He's so fast. He's huge. He kept good body control in terms of how to position himself to keep his eyesight. on the back line and on Etienne. And it was just really fun to watch. I had a lot of for how bad the game got, being able to just keep an eye on his play there for, about 30 minutes or so was really fun. I mean, it was honestly a highlight. It was just every couple of plays, just like, oh, okay, I see what they saw in this guy, because it's very clear when you just look at the tape.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, it's strange to see somebody who is built like he's not a small guy.
No, he looks like a linebacker.
Yeah, I mean, he's not Traore big, but it's like that kind of surprise. You see a dude,
but if he hit the weight room, he would look like that.
Yeah, he could be. Yeah, for sure.
He has a frame for sure.
But when you see somebody who's that size moving that fast, I mean, if there's some reasons for hopefulness in this match, it's being able to see him play and knowing that we have him for the future. That's definitely, that's a good sign. That's a blessing.
Look, are you okay? Our guy, Texas Viking. Yeah. Shout out Jokic MVP, whoever. I cannot read Serbian, but absolutely Jokic MVP. Correct. I bet you Illich thinks so too. I think you have our guy, Texas Viking. Shout out everybody in the chat, but our guy, Texas Viking 86. Our guy's going through it. Are you in a similar place based on this loss? To me, it's not like those problems might exist. Like, they do have low payroll. They, is the track record questionable? Yes. But this game is not what sends me into an existential crisis here. This is a very shorthanded loss, short travel week, condensed schedule. You don't have all your guys. You lost on the road against a good team. I don't know. I'm not like, I don't need this one to be the one that sends me into it, right? I didn't expect a win here. Are you feeling that down? Are you just bummed about the one game?
I'm concerned.
Big pictures, you are?
I'm concerned like I was after game one.
Sure.
Game one was at a level of badness that we were all worried.
Yes. Yes. That was the saddest losers lounge I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, game one I felt was a little more confined to individuals and not very many of them. Whereas this game felt as bad, but it felt more like a team effort of letdown. The turnovers, like the constant turnovers, are very concerning to me. That was rough. I mean, it's just they lined Yarby up for the firing squad tonight, and it's it's just constant turnovers and runs, and then it was everybody on the back having to get.
It was
back
the
as
runs.
quick as they could.
It was the runs. Yeah. The defense, midfield especially, got burned so much. To the Cabral bar, and then you get these just wide open 4-on-4. Everybody. And it. It's messing up. Duane, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're kind of I don't know if it's on my end or your end. Let's ask the chat.
Well,
is Mitch breaking up now, or is Duane breaking up right now? We've got some connections going remote today.
Hey, look, there we go.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Let's just let's get into our flowers here. Let's get into flowers. Do you have any to give? I'm sorry, that shouldn't be that funny.
No, dude, like it really was like I thought about this during the match, and it was a situation of, kind of thinking like I have to be on watch now just to see who's going to get flowers, I do have a couple who I think should get it. My first one would be Ronan. I felt like he shouldn't have to. But I felt like he truly tried to put the team on his shoulders and like carry the team tonight for large portions of the game. Whether he should be doing that or not, I know you don't like dudes playing out of position. But when dudes aren't playing their position,
and I think that's where it breaks down.
But when you're not playing your position, I think Ronan's like, well, someone's got to do it. So,
but that's not, and that's just a sign that, and this is where you really start to feel the loss of the state, right? Where there's no Keaton, no Acosta, none of those guys, because he just clearly doesn't trust that Priso was going to be there, or that Leva was going to be there, or that Sam was going to be. He was so overcompensating, and it wasn't just him. Everybody was doing it, because that was why there wasn't any consistent passing networks. It was, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get us out of this, because there just was such a lack of trust. And if you stay in your places, those networks open up, and it just makes it easier on everybody. That's where I come from.
I think it's fine for us to disagree on it. I think when dudes aren't playing their position, they're not doing, like, I felt Priso had a really bad game tonight.
Yes.
I feel like everybody,
and it's funny,
everybody was having to cover for him. So it's like, what are you going to do? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. All right, fine. I'll go.
I just feel like it's like, when you're in that situation, like when someone's off, like, what are you going to do? You're going to just let them not get it done, or are you going to have to like pull double shift and get it done for them, So that's where I feel
I would say
pressure was.
Priso, I thought, did well, but the only time I thought he was doing well was when he was up playing the Bassett, Max, whatever role that is, because when he went forward, when he had the ball at his feet, he was actually making some decent plays with it. The problem was, if you have Ralph in the lineup, he needs to be that 6. He needs to be that last line of defense conduit, and he did not really play that. And when he did, it didn't go well. And that was another example of just people not sticking to their role and doing their job. And that's what happens when you get outshot 27-3 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And that's what happens.
That's a good example to support your argument also. While you're at it.
Yeah. It's just like, they got destroyed. I don't have a lot of flowers. I'm going to give flowers to Bombito, obviously. I thought he was great. Oh my God. Total passes. I'm just going to start.
You want to read the stats?
This is anti-flowers. I'm giving out anti-flowers.
All right.
Flowers to the statistician that had to keep track of this crap. How about that? You have a worse job than we do.
They only needed 2 hands for the Rapids column. So
total passes 550 to 264. Accurate passes 480 to 195. They exactly split their passes between their own half and the opposition half. Rapids had just 73 passes in the opposition half. Expected goals 3.85 to 0.29. Shots on target 10-3. Not great. Not great. Not great, Bob.
No. Not great.
I just don't know what to do. I just don't know what else to say. There's no flowers to give after this one, but I also don't think it's the end of the world. I think you'll see a rotated squad in for Saturday against Salt Lake. Are you excited? Are you excited for this one?
I'm worried now. Like, I thought we were going to really come in and like finally like come in on Rocky Mountain Cup and throw a beating on RSL. after what I saw tonight, I'm less confident by a lot.
Yeah. I don't know who said it earlier in the chat, but that's a bad loss if you lose to RSL at home after all this. This is winning time. This is find a win somehow time.
Yep. You're correct.
It's tough. Let's gather ourselves here. While we do that, let's talk about some of our friends, specifically our friends over at Shady Rays. Shady Rays, take on the sun with gear built to last. Our friends have you covered for all the warm, beautiful summer weather ahead with premium polarized shades at an affordable price. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that offers a world-class product that's just as good as any expensive pair we've worn. Durable frames and extremely clear optics for all of your outdoor adventures. I'll be taking my Shady Rays with me. I got a backpacking trip up at Rocky Mountain National Park this summer. The Shady Rays will be packed immediately. Shady Rays also offers just fantastic protection. Every pair of sunglasses is backed by the lost and broken replacements. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they told us they'll send you a brand new pair. No questions asked. Wear your Shady Rays with confidence because they have your back long after you purchase. Together with their customers, Shady Rays is providing much needed support to nonprofit partners across the U.S. through Shady Rays Impact, from building playsets for pediatric cancer patients to providing young adults with MS the outdoor adventure of a lifetime. Shady Rays is making an impact in your community and others like it now and for years to come. You can shop the entire collection at their brand new location down at Park Meadows Mall, and it is the full stop shop for all things Shady Rays. If you don't love your Shady Rays, exchange for a new pair or return them for free within 30 days. No risk when you shop. Team always has your back. Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out the best deal they've had this season. Go to shadyrays.com. Use code DNVR. You get 50% off when you buy 2+ pairs. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people. And Memorial Day coming up. Their Memorial Day sale is live. Go to shadyrays.com and get 35% off all sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people.
A lot of people.
That's so many people. Man. Okay. You have a derby coming up this weekend, right? Your team is in the middle of a betting scandal. Everyone's hurt. Your captain's out for the season. You've now lost 2 pretty good teams in a row after a nice long unbeaten streak. Is a derby a get-right game? Usually this is the kind of game you want because it'll get your head on straight. It'll get you focused. It'll get you hyped up. Fans will be leaning into it. But I don't even know if the fans can lean into this one, right? Like, what's that atmosphere going to be like on Saturday night?
I honestly, I have faith in the fans. I think the fans are going to be good because it's RSL. I think if we lose to RSL, it's going to be a backbreaker for fan confidence. It's going to be detrimental if that's a loss on Saturday. But I do think the fans are going to come out. I think the fans are going to be loud. I think they're going to be rowdy. I think those that watch the away games are pretty upset after tonight, and they're going to be ready to be angry at the other team.
They'll also be angry at the Rapids if it doesn't go well.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think
it's going to be
to the end of the game. We're
quick.
Starting with the start of the game. I'm not talking about the end of the game yet, but I have all the faith in the fans. I think C38 is going to come out. I don't know what they're cooking up for Tifo, but it's going to be fire.
For sure.
They're going to be.
I'm not necessarily doubting the efforts of these fans at all. I would never. C38 proves time and time again. I think it's more, how can they come in and build that impenetrable fortress loud? You know what I mean? How can you find that inspiration right now? While the Nuggets are playing a Western Conference
Finals RSL sucks. That's
true. You're right.
Because RSL sucks.
What are we doing?
It doesn't.
What are we
anything
doing?
To do. It doesn't
Why am
have
I
to
worried?
do. Yeah, it doesn't have to do anything with previous, games or tonight, or how the season has gone, or that there hasn't been any home wins, or whatever it is. All that matters is that it's Real Salt Lake and they are the worst. And it is time. If there is going to be a first win of the season at home, it needs to be Saturday. It needs to be definitive, and it needs to be non-card getting angry. Like it just needs to be like angry goals.
Like Rubio angry, not Lucas
like
angry.
like Rosenberry shooting from halfway across the field angry. It's the Ronan sauce that he put on everything he had into that PK. It's Rubio just being fierce. It's Lawless being fierce. It is everything that we love about when this team gets gritty. That's the attitude. As soon as they hit the pitch, it just needs to be game on. Let's wreck these dudes and absolutely demoralize them. And then let's do it again on Wednesday for Open Cup, just to send them home miserable. Like that's what the next two nights need to be.
So it sounds like to me, Dwayne, you're predicting the first Rapids home win of the season.
Yeah, I am going to predict it. I'm going to put my faith in these guys that they're going to come out and get it done. I'm not feeling super confident after tonight or after Philly. But I'm confident in Saturday, and I'm confident that these guys are going to bring it when it matters most.
I have one flower I want to give, not flowers. I do have one flower that I'll give Leyva for that shot that was almost a freaking Galazzo from deep. Made the full extension layout save from 30 something yards. That was sick. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Ronan took a couple chances too. You can see him actually really start looking for that now. Like he's really, I think he is like, okay, I have this in my bag. It's time to use it. I don't need to default anymore. It's time because everyone else that you would default to is not out there.
Yeah. So he's putting a boot on it. He was close too.
It's now time. You are now the default. Yeah. He had a couple nice ones. I really am curious, right? Like Keegan, everything I heard about Keegan was it was not serious. I think they just didn't want to bring him back on turf, right? Like that makes a lot of sense. They've done that in the past. I bet you he's back. Oh, I hope he's back. I'm hoping we see Acosta or I doubt we see Bassett, but those two will help. Rubio obviously goes without saying that he will be a help. If there's say that isn't rotated, say these guys are all hurt, Dwayne, do you still think they get their first home win if this is the same lineup on Saturday?
Yeah, I do.
I like that.
And here's why. RSL is not very good. I think these teams are pretty evenly matched with them where they are right now and us injured. We will. I'll cross my fingers, to Rapid Man that Galvan doesn't get any more suspensions added on, and he's back. I think that will be a tremendous help. And I do. I think at home, a lot of, with some of these newer players, they're not used to having the crowd that amped up and that juiced. So I think they're going to react to that. And I think they're going to react to C38 going bananas. I think they're going to react to the rest of the stadium going bananas. If they score first, it is going to go absolutely pandemonium at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. Like, it's going to go absolutely bananas in that place. And so, yeah, I do. I still have confidence that we're going to beat them. I'm so tired of getting worked by RSL. They come in, and certainly on their turf, they're very good versus us. We don't have a great record with Rocky Mountain Cup. So I hope for the new guys that are here that Robin Fraser and the rest of the veterans really get that message across about how important this game is on Saturday. Not just for the standings, but just for Rapids life in general.
If you only
Key
get
game.
one win, from these two against RSL at home, FSL, sorry. I keep saying RSL,
hate this
FSL.
question.
If you're only allowed one win, right? Do you get
Yeah.
a win in the Rocky Mountain Cup, or do you get a win in US Open Cup and make it to the quarterfinals?
It's US Open Cup, and here's why.
I agree.
It's US Open Cup because there's still two more games after these two versus RSL to win Rocky Mountain Cup. One of those games is at home, and one we go there.
Wait,
So that's why. Open Cup to me is very important this year.
yep.
In a year where we came off of a bad year, where we've had a big struggle first half, like having some success, not just for the fans, but for the players themselves, for the guys, like success in Open Cup is very important. And it might be, that kind of that bolt of lightning, that charge that pushes us to get through the second half of the season, and really start to pocket some wins and push us up the table. So it's Open Cup for me.
Open Cup, 100%. 100% you want to see it on Open Cup. I have a question about tonight's game to go backwards, and maybe it's answered in Open Cup going forwards. Do you think we should have seen Hanya tonight, or no?
No, and here's why. I actually have definitive answers tonight, Mitch.
I love it. Hit me,
Yeah,
baby.
no,
Because I think it would have been fine to see him. I don't want to waste your second of 4 call-ups for him and not play him.
Well,
again,
here's why tonight was a big mistake for me. This is just how I read. Again, I'm not an MLS coach.
Sure.
This is just
you don't have
Dwayne
to. You don't have
talking.
to qualify that.
This is just Dwayne talking.
We're here for the downtown jokes.
So you can call a next pro player up 4 times, like you just mentioned, to be a part of the squad. But that player can only play on the pitch of the first team twice out of those 4 times.
So if he comes
you
up
have 2 more times, but unless I think there might be an emergency clause in there.
Sure.
But you've just wasted one of those times by giving him 2 or 3 minutes.
Sure.
So I was really disappointed. As much as I want to see him, like, give him actual minutes. Like, don't give him garbage minutes. When we were already getting shellacked, like, put him in, let him run, and see what we have. So I was disappointed in that because of the rules. Like, now we only have, according to how I understood the rules, and I read those again today, is that, we have 2 more games. He can join the squad for a 4-day period each, but he can only join the MLS competition squad for 1 more game. So
you just have to be
I was
picky
bummed.
now. Yeah,
I was bummed.
You got to be picky now.
Yeah, I mean, he can play Open Cup still. Like,
sure.
He can play an MLS game if he comes up, and then still play Open Cup, sure. or some other tournament. So we can bring him. He can play non-MLS games. But yeah, we've used up 2 of his roster calls, and then we used up 1 of his MLS calls tonight, which I wasn't crazy about.
It kind of felt pointless. It just felt like, if you're going to go to a reserve midfielder anyways, Ollie's there. Like, doesn't really make a ton of sense, especially with Calvin Harris coming back and getting his debut, which wasn't enough time to say one way or the other. And there was no offense to speak of to support him. So it's still TBD on Harris, but it was nice to see him. But let's kind of look ahead to the week for us, just here at DNVR Rapids and DNVR in general, and kind of wrap things up here. But first, we got to talk about our friends at Fubo, Dwayne.
Fubo, 140
we love Fubo.
Plus. Yeah,
we love
140
Fubo.
Plus live channels, sports shows, movies, and news. Stream that live TV from any device, from your TV, from your phone, from your laptop, from your tablet, whatever. You can stream it from whatever you got. You can watch the most Colorado sports for the lowest price. Are you into a team called the Denver Nuggets? I know I am. Guess what?
I am. Of course I am.
Yeah, you can watch them on Fubo TV. No contract, no cable, no hassle.
No cable.
Just
We
sign
hate
up
cable.
and start watching.
Two
Here
things I
is
hate, Dwayne.
Yeah.
Two things.
What's that? Tell me about them, Mitch.
I hate cable and I hate hassles. I hate them.
Man, if you hate those two things, you're going to love some Fubo TV. Let me tell you a little unexpected bonus of Fubo TV.
Please.
When it's springtime in Colorado and you come home early for the day and it's afternoon and it's getting a little dark outside and then the tornado sirens start going off and you're like, what's going on? And you check the news and they're saying, hey man, there's a tornado coming. You should climb down under your house and sit in the dirt in the crawl space. And you do it because you're trying to be safe with your wife. You got your guinea pigs in a duffel bag. You got the dog down in the dirt in the crawl space. And you're wondering, how do I know if this tornado's coming? Because the TV is upstairs in Tornado Alley and I'm under the house in the dirt. You pull up Fubo TV on your phone, Mitch. That's how you know. And you watch tornado news from your crawl space in the dirt. Jeez. A little add-on Fubo TV bonus that you didn't know you had. Folks, watch your Nuggets, watch your playoffs, watch your tornado coverage. All on Fubo TV. www.FuboTV.com/DNVR to sign up for 15% off your first month of Fubo Pro.
Oh my God, I'm crying.
Rapid Man be with you.
Oh my God. If you don't sign up for Fubo after that, you're an asshole. Honestly, what a
Fubo TV, everybody.
No one has ever sold Fubo like that before, ever in the history of Fubo.
It is a tornado life survival tool.
Oh my God, that was amazing. We have some other friends. Speaking of the Nuggets playoffs,
we do.
That we have to talk.
We do
about.
Have some friends.
Their name is Illegal Pete's, and they are the homies. They got in with us on our official Nuggets 2020, well, not official, Denver basketball 2023 playoff shirt. They gave us a bunch of stuff to give away at our watch parties. They're the homies. We love Illegal Pete's. And this episode of DNVR Rapids is brought to you by Illegal Pete's. Spring is here. That means patio beers, baby. We love patio. Two things I love. Dwayne, are you ready?
I know it's not cable and hassles.
No, it's patios and it's Illegal Pete's. And you can go to a patio at Illegal Pete's and you can get a whole bunch of beer for dirt cheap. 5 16-ounce house beers for $15. Doesn't get much better than that. So come soak up the sun with a loaded burrito and a crisp beer at the patio of any Illegal Pete's location. Illegal Pete's is your go-to spot for burritos, buddies, and beer.
Illegal Pete's.
Illegal Pete's.
Delicious.
Are we
doing it?
Are
we ready for Mitch's Pete's tip of the day? Yeah.
My Illegal Pete's tip of the day is this. Buy our Illegal Pete's and DNVR playoffs t-shirt for the Nuggets. It's awesome. It's a little anthropomorphic mining basketball with a nugget of gold that's shaped like a basketball. It doesn't get better than that with Denver in the background. It's amazing. It's my phone background right now. See? Look at that guy. He's so cute. Look at him.
Mine too.
Look at him. He's so cute. Buy the shirt. Need the shirt. Have to get the shirt. There's your tip of the day. All right.
Is anyone still watching? Do we still have folks here?
I have no idea. Tell you this, if we don't have viewers now, Saturday during that Nuggets game, baby, it's gonna be packed in here. It's gonna be packed. All I do is hope we get people accidentally clicking on the wrong DNVR link on that one.
It's gonna be a winner's lounge. It's gonna be a winner's lounge.
Winners Lounge is going to be popping in here for real. So here's what we got coming up. You and me in a post-game show this weekend. A Winners Lounge.
It's not going to be a post-game show.
Oh, you're right.
Isn't it going to be Sunday? We have a big announcement.
Or Monday show. Yeah, you're right.
Could be. So here's why. Big announcement, folks.
Big announcement. Huge. Go ahead.
We're staying.
That's
for
right.
Colorado Rapids Unified. And
we're moving into the Rapids Stadium and living there forever.
I don't know. We might bring some giveaways. There might be some sticky blessing stickers that may come and get given out just for showing up and supporting the Unified team. You need to be there. We're going to have some fun. We're going to stay for the Unified team. There's no reason for that stadium to have thousands of people and then for the Unified match to have 150, 200 people. That is ridiculous. They're playing RSL also. I know a big group of C38 stays. We're going to get rowdy for the kids, and we're going to support them Saturday night after the Rapids 1 match. Stay for Unified. We're going to throw it down for them.
Yeah. And I said, we're not doing a Jive Hive read, but we will be hanging out. We will be hanging out for Unified. It's going to be a ton of fun. A ton of fun. We want all of you guys. I know most of the people tuning in for this are at the game anyways, right? Like, I know you're there. We've seen you there. We've talked to you there. We've hung out with you there. Stay and watch the Unified team. It's that simple.
Yeah.
I don't even.
It's so much fun.
I feel like I'm lecturing my children or something, but it's awesome.
We're all
get behind the kids. Let them have a good time and hear it from the hometown fans. It's one of the coolest things that this club does. There's a lot of things you can knock this club for. A lot. But you can't knock them for their Unified work. It's so cool. It's so fun. The players clearly are behind the kids and really helping them and really building like true connections and coaching. And it's really fun to watch. Just say, hope you hang out with us.
We're we'll be at center field.
Yeah.
It's all true. GA. So we're getting the best seats in the stadium. Cheer them on.
It'll be loud.
Yeah, let's get loud. Let's sing some C38
so,
songs.
No show from us. Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I get to put on my fan badge and not my media badge and just go nuts in the stands for once.
It's going to be nice.
Instead of going nuts on press row. I mean, whatever. And then Yaya will be back next week. I think he'll be back for Open Cup. Am I right?
I believe he will. Yes.
Yeah.
I think he'll be back either late Sunday night or Monday.
I am so hyped. Yeah, he's back Tuesday. Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby. He'll be in there. Hope he's having fun in Puerto Rico with the fam. Shout out to you if you, for some reason, listen to this instead of doing whatever else you could in Puerto Rico, but you're the man, Yaya. Super Yaya, of course. Duane, any plugs or flowers you've thought of or
no
thoughts
the plug
about,
is
the economy
for Unified? Nope. I had no thoughts on money and the Rapids or any of that stuff. And how those two things work together. Leave that to our buddy Vikings. You can scroll up to the top of the comments to get that lowdown. No, I mean the big
someone
plug
needed
is if
rant tonight without someone needed
Vikings
a
took care of it.
Vikings, shout out.
Yeah, so if you haven't hit the like button, hit that like button. If you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen, and you haven't given us a 5-star review, we sure would appreciate it. It sure helps us keep going to bring you more Rapids coverage. Shout out to all of our sponsors. Shout out to you guys for staying late. Again, it's not super late as usual, but it's keeping with us in the comments. And please, please, please plan on staying for Unified. If you have friends coming to watch us beat up on RSL Saturday night, tell them ahead of time we're staying for Unified, and then we're going to support our Unified team.
Yeah. All right. That's it. We're getting out of here, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, those of you that did. It's a tough losers lounge, but we love seeing all the usual in there. So, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for interacting with the game thread. It goes a long way. Twitter's new algorithm loves the replies, so it helps us out a ton when you're in there and talking about it with us. We really bit Saturday, but we hope to see you out at the stadium. I know a lot of people, when it comes to once the Broncos start up, or once if there's a playoff game, that a lot of people can stay at home because it's been a tough season and watch that instead. But no. Please come out, have some fun with us. Become a diehard member at thednvr.com. You get a discount at the bar, you get a discount on merch, you get free merch, you get cheap tickets to stuff, you get all sorts of cool stuff. Discord channels, all that. Maybe you get first dibs on this FIFA league we may or may not be talking about behind the scenes. Who knows?
Ooh,
I don't know. But that's how you can get in on it.
Somebody's bad at that game.
I can't wait to play Duane, I think. Because I'll be playing FIFA within 20 minutes of right now. But seriously, guys, we really appreciate it. Hit that like button on the way out. And more important than any single one of those things that I just said, it is and remains up the pits.